Welcome to Go Gettas Podcast, the podcast about what I'm going to say today. We're doing today. I am Colby.
And I am a biggie-sized chicken nugget. Just one big one. You can call me Fee.
just a big one. That's it. It's like Grimace, but hasn't gone off yet.
Could you imagine? Like, you know, we have chicken nuggets and everyone likes them because they're like little and everyone likes that they're bite-sized and dippable. But what if we just got a big one?
Just one big one?
Just one big one.
The thing is, I'm going to be real with you. I think Burger King is laying the groundwork for that because they just recently were like, hey, we know that people are like ranch perverts, right? So we're going to make a little bathtub and it's 8 ounces of ranch when like a whole bottle is like not much more. It's 8 ounces of ranch and it's big enough that you could dip your burger in. So like,
God.
So they're making room. I'm just saying, if this happens and they're like, well, enough people just they jizz in their pants over all this ranch, let's just make one big chicken nugget then. One nuggie.
I'm saying I'm just surprised, right? Like fuck, what am I thinking of? Chicken.
Chick-fil-A?
No. Specifically tenders.
Cane's?
Cane's, yeah. They have the 32-ounce cup of fucking sauce, right?
Yeah.
Like, I'm surprised they don't have like just you know, when you go to the Stripes and you get a hot dog, and you put your hot dog in that little wooden thing, or that wooden the cardboard thing.
Yeah.
Just that, but sauce.
Just that, like, just sauce, just that.
A canoe of sauce, if you will.
There's got to be a middle ground, I feel like. And to be fair, I feel like a couple of companies have done this before where they're like, oh yeah, we're changing the sauce to where like, you know, it's easy to dip or like it's easy to like squirt on stuff. And like they've got like different form factors. I feel like the market that they're missing out on is like a sauce thing that fits in your cup holder, but and is way too much sauce, but not so much sauce that you need to take it home. So enough that you're like, I paid $2 for this sauce, which is a lot, and it is like 6 ounces of sauce. I do be using the whole thing though.
Heck no. They at Taco Bell, right? At Taco Bell, they have this avocado verde sauce, right?
Mm-hmm. And
you pay, I think, like 60 cents, maybe $1 for it. And it's bigger than the normal like ketchup packet.
Mm-hmm.
It's like about that big, and it's worth it. Like I could put it on all my tacos, and it tastes good. I'm not like a hot sauce guy. I don't really put hot sauce, but like they gave it to. I wouldn't say they gave it to me free when I got a box when it first came out, but they gave it to me, and I was like, the hell's this? And traditionally I prefer green sauce on like my breakfast tacos and stuff whenever they give it to us, just because it's not that spicy. It's just a little bit more flavor.
Yeah, it's like tangy. It's nice. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And I tried it, the one from Taco Bell, and fuck, dude, it's really good. So every once in a while, like I kind of get in that mood, and I'm just like, give me that sauce.
Yeah.
And I just need one. Just need one, and it's good enough. But like, so that's the thing. Sauces only come in 2 ways. You only get it in a dippable container, which is not enough for like a 10-piece or anything, unless like you're just like barely dipping it and then biting.
Mm-hmm.
Or you get the little plastic container where you cut the corner off and you have to squeeze it on something. I think we need some kind of disposable like squeeze bottle, right? So because like if you rip it off the side, sometimes you rip it too much.
Yeah.
And now like when you squeeze it, it kind of goes everywhere. Or maybe like I don't know. I've gotten into the habit of when I get those packs, I barely cut it open to where a little bit comes out, and like every couple of fries I get, I just kind of do this number on it.
Mm-hmm. There are a number of like, let me see. It's like a ketchup packet. It's like a ketchup packet that kind of, yeah, there you go. The dip and squeeze. There you are. Here, let me show you this. Let me
hold on. Let's look down at this tablet that we brought.
Yeah, hold on. Hold please. Let me pull up let me do this tablet thing that we've definitely got. There we go. Hello.
We brought it. I picked it up. There it is.
There it is.
It's a live feed from my hand.
Yep. Definitely. This is all real. We're doing it live for real though.
So yeah, they
got this. You tear off the top. You can pull off the side. It's easy.
But not a lot of people do that. Is that $100?
It's okay, but it's for like a lot of them.
Okay, pack of 500. I was like, God damn.
Yeah.
I was like, they better fucking what's it called? It better never go out, right? $100. It better last exactly a month, no matter how many times I use it.
Yeah, honestly. There we go. I just winked out of existence for a second. My bad. There we go. Yeah, it's a lot. It's 500, which means that each of them is 20 cents.
That's not a lot, but like honestly, like just buy a bottle at that point.
I think my main question at that point is like, why is this at Target? Like, why is Target selling this?
Maybe they're getting to jump on people. Like, you don't see Walmart selling it, right?
No.
So like they're like, we got something that you can only find here, and maybe Amazon, but
yeah, maybe Amazon.
I don't know why. Like, that's not even Target's demographic.
Nope. And I see this sometimes. So like, the grocery stores up here are all sort of like, there's only two pretty big ones. There's like Albertsons and Albertsons like things. And then there's like Fred Meyer, Safeway, King Super, like those are all like one actually like owned conglomerate. So if I go to like one of those grocery stores and like I use the app does this thing. It's just so fucking stupid where I'm like, hey, yeah, I'm just looking for like whatever it is. I'm looking for sun-dried tomatoes, just a little jar of sun-dried tomatoes. And it's like, yeah, great. Here's a jar for like $4. Here's a jar for $5. Here's a jar for $78. And I'm like, sorry, what the fuck is this one? And they're like, oh, this is a pallet of them, just in case you wanted it. It is delivery only, but like, we'll sell it to you. And I'm like, why? Why is this here?
The option's there. It's there.
Hey, nobody's making you buy it, okay? We're just shitting up your search results with like 70 things that have come from a warehouse. It's fine. Don't worry about it.
Listen, I don't know if you're in this camp, but I don't like tomatoes, right?
Yeah, I don't like raw tomatoes, no.
Sun-dried tomatoes, though.
So good.
Fuck yeah, they're so good.
Dude.
And I don't know, like, and this ties in because, like, we're talking about ketchup. So.
Yeah. Yeah.
And what's ketchup made of? Tomatoes.
Oh, it is? Oh, shit. Shit, somebody should have told me. I swear to you. So my kid is allergic to peanuts and eggs. Yeah. Bummer. He's allergic to peanuts and eggs, and he's vegan, right? That one's by choice.
Yeah.
So like we go to school, and I'm talking to I was talking to someone at work actually, and I was like, oh yeah, I described like all his dietary stuff, and they were like, oh man, so he can't eat like peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and I was like, no, he can't. It's a rough one because they're so good, and they were like, yeah, I mean that sucks. It's just do they make peanut butter without any butter in it? What? Excuse me. Do you think butter goes into peanut butter just because it's in the name? The answer was yeah.
No.
It's peanuts and butter, isn't it? No, it's just peanuts.
It's mushed up ground peanuts and oil. Like, just be like, no, there's an alternative, you big idiot.
No, that's not the problem. The problem is the peanuts, my friend. The butter in it. Ugh.
I know you said your son's allergic to peanuts, but what about the butter?
What about the butter?
The legume. It's unfortunate because when I visit your house, I had this very nifty gift for your son. It's a sweater made out of peanut shells.
Oh,
Right?
yeah.
And
He's gonna love putting on that and then never breathing again. It's gonna be great.
It's that was kind of what I was hoping for. No,
It's a peanut shell sweater, and it comes with like 60 EpiPens. So you got to put it on and then do an EpiPen every hour. I love this sweater though. Ah!
And a scarf made out of eggs. Just
sloppy raw eggs somehow stitched together. It's fine. It's wet. I love it.
God, that's unfortunate that your son will never know the loving embrace of a breakfast taco. And don't come at me with like just potato and bacon.
A tofu scramble is usually what we will do.
Pale imitation.
I know. There's a breakfast taco in Austin where it's like beans and pico and I think it's beans and pico and avocado, which is pretty good. Like if you like avocado, that's the problem, actually. Every time we order it, by the time like I pick it up and bring it back home, those tacos are fucking dripping wet because of that pico. That pico is so fucking wet. And they're not even warm anymore. Like my tacos that I used to get, because I don't like eggs, just beans, double bacon, cheese, avocado, and that's good.
That's fine. The bacon is what really gives it the crunch.
And it keeps it warm too. Like it's a good insulator of heat in and of itself, but like something about putting on that pico is just like, you want to like make a nice breakfast taco? Yeah, cool. Do you want to make it wet and cold too? Because we like, here, fucking have some pico. And it's almost as if they were like, yeah, we used to put salsa on it, but that made it too wet and cold. So we wanted to make it like a little less wet and cold, so we went pico because it's kind of like salsa. It's fine.
Why don't you just ask for the pico on the side so that way when you get it, it won't be like absorbed into the fucking taco.
That's a good question. A lot of places in Austin in particular, especially if you order online, they're like, yeah, go ahead and like order whatever you want. We cannot put stuff on it. There's no such thing as like on the side or like give it to me separate or anything. It's just like, order this. That's how it comes, idiot. Like, that's how we want to make your taco.
Dude, that is my big problem with online order stuff like Uber Eats or fucking whatever.
DoorDash,
DoorDash. Whenever I order something, they can customize my order, but for my drink specifically, I don't like ice in my drinks because I don't like it that cold. And it turns to water too fast because I don't drink quick enough.
Yeah.
And they don't ever have the option of no ice. Never.
Yeah. Which is crazy because like the difference in cost to them is next to nothing. Like soda is so cheap, and if they're like, oh, we got to put in 20% more soda because fucking baby boy over here wants easy ice, like nobody gives a shit. Just like put in the option.
I just don't get it though. Like, and people do that too. Like, maybe it's me because I don't like that. Ice doesn't have a flavor, but it makes the drink taste different.
It does. It like waters it down, makes it taste.
It does, and then you don't get as much drink, and people will be like, "Oh, I got me the fucking big ass cup, and I filled it to the brim with fucking ice." If you're gonna get the like little ice bits from like Valero, that's a different thing because you're just like munching on the ice.
Yeah.
I get that. But if you get like just those cubes and you fill it up to the top, like there's no point. You're getting less drink and it's gonna like stop tasting like the drink you ordered like less than halfway through.
Yeah, and especially like the thing that I also don't get is like, because you have those guys that like will do that and they'll fill up like their 64-ounce like double insulated like Yeti cup and they're like, oh yeah, all the ice and then like half a can of Coke because that's all that fits in it because there's too much ice in it. And then like 6 hours later, all that ice is still there because it's so insulated and you're like, what's the point of it? What are you doing?
Yeah. That's why those big like Yeti cups. I just recently got not a Yeti. Well, I have a Yeti, but I specifically only use it for water.
Mm-hmm.
But that's only when I'm home. I also got me this what's it called? Like it's one of those long ones. Like not like a tumbler. It has like a screw on top.
Oh yeah.
Anyway, I only use it for water because I take it with me to the gym.
Mm-hmm.
And that's all I use it for. I don't use these big tumblers for like any flavored drinks. Mostly water. And I don't even drink soda that much anymore. To be fair, I've switched to HEB sparkling water,
Ooh.
which is a lot better for you. This big bottle, which is 1 liter, is 65 cents. Is
pretty
65 cents, and it has 3 servings in it per container, 10 calories. That's it.
Yeah, pretty good.
And I drink these specifically.
Man, it's like my taste in drinks has changed over time. Like if I go out, obviously I'm ordering a soda, like duh. But if it's like if I'm at home, I'm always drinking like flavored water. Like I've got my water flavoring little thingy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, what they've done, like I found one that I really liked, and then they changed the formula 3 different times on it, and every time it's just gotten shittier and shittier. And every time I've been like, ugh, God, it's so bad now. I'm gonna go find a different one. And then I just don't. I just get used to it, and then they change it again. I'm like, it's so much worse. Ugh. I'm gonna find a new one. Never do.
Do you drink the Mio?
It's like Mio, yeah, but it's called Stir.
Oh, I haven't found Stir, but I have Mio. It's Mio Energy, and I use it for work.
Yeah, that would do it.
I have like black cherry because. So black cherry to me is like the best water flavor to insert into your water.
You're right.
Mostly because black cherry is just like Dr. Pepper or fucking Mr. Pibb. So it's just the best flavor for me. And I also have like lemonade flavors because like classic. Like I think lemonade and pink lemonade tastes better when you mix it in your water. I don't know if you like it, but I do.
I mean, yeah, no, I'm totally down with all of that. It's very rare that I taste like a water flavoring where I'm like, because of the actual fruit. Usually it's like, oh, this is a lemon, this is like a peach, this is a fruit punch or whatever. It's very rare that the actual fruit that's in it is the problem. Usually it's like, oh, they put a bunch of stevia in it and it sucks shit, or like, oh, it's all bitter and weird, or it's like too sweet, which very rarely happens that I get something that's too sweet. But with water flavoring, it's very easy to do.
I don't know. Maybe it's just me because like I've like cut out a lot of sodas from my diet that I don't like eat a lot of sweet things anymore. I don't even eat a lot anymore. I really don't. Not because like I'm keeping myself from it. I think I've talked about this on previous episodes that I haven't been a sweets guy in a long time, right? I have mostly been on the savory side of things.
Yeah, which is fair. I think usually whenever you get older, that's what happens is like you start to develop like, oh, I'd actually like some chips over doing like a whatever.
Not even that, dude. My sister was telling me the other day, just like, I noticed you don't like, we get chips and you don't like really eating them. I'm like, I'm just not in the mood to eat like little things like chips and stuff anymore.
Every meal has to be a turkey dinner, okay?
It's not even that. It's just like I don't find myself hungry in between meals that much anymore. And if I am, I'll just drink more water. I don't know if that has anything to do with age or maybe because like I've been cutting down, but I don't know.
Yeah,
like, I crave ice cream every once in a while.
Yeah, that's my kryptonite is ice cream. Listen, Fee, I have to tell you.
What do you got to tell me?
I started watching the McMahon documentary on Netflix.
Ooh, McMahon.
So, for anybody that doesn't know, this is a documentary about Vince McMahon, proprietor of the WWE.
He walks like this.
He does. He walks like this.
Like
The thing is,
you know him.
it's very interesting because like it goes through like a bunch of like history with wrestling, and they do a bunch of interviews. Like they did interviews with The Rock, Hulk Hogan,
Oh, brother.
Stone Cold, Tony Atlas, Paul Heyman, Eric Bischoff.
Oh man, they really going back.
They went through everything. Like it's very interesting. Vince's story is wild because he apparently, when he was like young, up until he was 12, he didn't know who his like biological father was.
Oh shit.
Never been introduced to him before, and his stepdad was super abusive, so he got the shit beat out of him a lot.
Dude, I hope they don't make him look sympathetic.
Dude,
Like,
here's the thing. They do such a good job of making him be like, this is just who Vince is, a complicated person, sort of. And they paint a very good picture of who this man is, because they start off with like, oh yeah, this is who, like, you know, he started off, he finds his father, Vince McMahon Sr., owns a wrestling business, and his son wants to take it over, fucking obsessed with wrestling. And he's like, Dad, I want to take over this business. And his dad is like, no, I don't want you to take over this business. I don't think you can do it. And so his son comes back and he's like, hey, listen, how about this? I'm going to give you a business proposal. I'll buy it for this much money over the course of like 4 installments. And if I miss any payment, you get to keep all the money I've given you and you keep your company. How about that? And so everybody was like, yeah, we'd be stupid not to do that. And everybody was shocked whenever he made all the payments.
yeah.
And so at this point, he's got the WWF, and he decides this was like an old school game to be playing, where it was like, oh yeah, your territory is like up here in like, you know, New England. You don't go down south. You don't go into Texas. You know, that's where all these other people are. And what he would do is he would fly in to these other cities and poach their talent for more money, and then show up and put WWF on with that guy in this market.
I remember, because I remember seeing like an old documentary. I don't know if I borrowed it from somewhere, if I had it, but of like Hulk Hogan being like, yeah, McMahon poached me from this real like low wrestling bracket where we would like wrestle in a mall.
Yeah.
Where we'd be like in a mall and fucking McMahon came up to me. Like, I've watched stuff like that because, like, I've watched, like, what's that series on Hulu about, like, the Dark Side of the Ring?
Oh, yeah, Dark Side of the Ring, yeah.
Yeah, that's such a good show.
Yeah.
I mostly saw it for the Macho Man episode because, like, if anyone doesn't know, Macho Man Randy Savage is my favorite wrestler of all time, like, hands down.
Mm-hmm.
And he has a fucked up history.
He does. They all do. And like, if you take a look at basically anybody, there's so much shit. And like the McMahon documentary, it goes into the big things. And it spends less time on some things that I would have liked them to. But I also realize it's only a 6-episode series. And so like, they can't go into some things that much. Like, of course they go into the steroid scandal. Like, obviously you do that. Of course
he made everyone do it.
Yeah. Like whether or not he made everyone do it. And it was always like, everybody always testified like, nope, Vince never told me to do steroids. The flip side of that is like, you notice that if you weren't super big, you didn't get booked as much. So
yeah, I think that was in one of the commercials. They were just like, yeah, he didn't make us do steroids, but if we didn't, you know, we didn't look the part, we didn't get, you know, we didn't get opportunities.
He like the picture that they paint of Vince is so interesting because he basically fucks everything for all of the wrestling promoters by being like, we're national, fuck your market, fuck your everything. I'm gonna be here. I'm gonna be on TV. I'm gonna do the first WrestleMania that they had was on what they called closed circuit TV. And this is before pay-per-view was a thing. So what you had to do is it was a live event in a place, but they were broadcasting it live to like theaters or like arenas or whatever. And so you would pay your money in, let's say, you know, like the events being held in New York, Madison Square Garden, you would pay your money in Houston, Texas to go into a theater to watch it live in a theater with people. And that was the best that you could do. Like that's how old WWF is. And
for WWF than what it is today, WWE.
Yeah, well, even that, interesting thing about this documentary, they will use WWF appropriately, like at the time, be like, oh yeah, the WWF was like whatever. In the closed captions, they never refer to it as WWF. They always refer to it as WWE or Worldwide Wrestling Entertainment because of the World Wildlife Fund lawsuit that happened. So
I hate that. I don't know what it is about World Wrestling Federation that sounds better than World Wrestling Entertainment.
It does sound a lot better.
I just don't like the WWE. It sounds not. It doesn't roll off as better as WWF.
Yeah, and it's also like it's like E for everyone, you know. It like sounds a little kiddie.
I don't like the wrestlers nowadays. I know we're talking about McMahon, but I gotta get into this because like I had a guy over a couple weeks ago, and we were talking, and he was just like, "Oh, I'm big into wrestling. You know, I'm an amateur wrestler. You know, I'm trying to get into the big leagues, and this is how I want my storyline to be." And do I think he'll do it? No, I'm not gonna tell him that though.
Yeah,
but like he's showing me, he's like, oh, this new guy that's in the new WWE, he's my favorite. He's like doing all this stuff, and this is his storyline, and like he's getting into it. Like this guy is like showing his real life on wrestling.
Yeah,
like, and I'm just like, yeah, but that's just. There's nothing about him that really catches me. Like, what do I care about this guy? Like, he's not the fucking Phenom. He's not the Undertaker.
Yeah,
he's just not Bobby Lashley. He's just some dude.
Is it Cody Rhodes?
Cody Rhodes.
Yeah,
that's who it is.
He's getting super big because and the thing is, storylines are heating up in the past few years now. This is another thing they go into the documentary is like the best years of WWF were when WCW was big. And it's because they had to start competing and putting out a better show. And they did. And then once they bought out WCW, things just sort of and now they've got AEW to compete against. And so they're like, oh, we're taking this guy, we're putting him on the top. Also, Vince may have raped someone. Who knows?
Who cares about AEW? Like, no one really does. And if you say that you do, fucking, you're a damn liar.
Yeah, well, the thing is, if you do, you're probably a really big wrestling fan. You're probably like one of the dudes that was like, oh yeah, my dad's favorite was Doink the Clown.
Dude, Doink the Clown started on WWF. You can go fuck yourself.
Yep, but way back in the day when it was like, oh, the Terry Funks, the Dory Funks, we're all funkin'.
They were all funkin'. You had all the Bret Harts. They were the Hart family. They were all coming through. You had Doink the Clown, and he was fucking clowning around.
He was just clowning around.
You had Stunning Steve come through. Then he cut his hair and became Stone Cold.
That's right. Like, they went into like a bunch of stuff in here, and like WCW basically poaching a ton of their talent. And Eric Bischoff was like, "Oh yeah, I'm kicking ass. I'm doing everything right. Everything's fine." This is why like WWF starts like getting more talent and getting better talent. So like Steve Austin starts coming up, The Rock starts coming up, and then they decide for a WrestleMania to bring in Mike Tyson. And that's the thing that starts to put them over again, as people were like, holy shit, look at them, they got Mike Tyson. And apparently Eric Bischoff heard this and like they were like, hey, WCW or WWF is like planning something real big for WrestleMania this year. And Eric Bischoff was like, I don't give a fuck. I'm kicking their ass every week. 83 weeks, he counts it. 83 weeks they were on top of WWF. And he's like, that's fine. I don't care about it. And then they were like, no, but they're bringing in Mike Tyson. And he goes, Oh shit. Ah shit.
For those who don't know, Mike Tyson was like big shit back then.
He
was real big shit.
He was not only super hot, but he was also basically untouchable at the time, because this is after he had rape allegations. This is after he bit Holyfield's ear. This is after he got out of jail. Like, all of that happens around the same time. So he's like on the market, but no one wants to touch him because ew. And then Vince McMahon's like, come on, it'll be great.
Come on, Mike Tyson, you can get in a ring with me.
And then Stone Cold's like, I'm gonna kick your candy ass, Mike Tyson. Please don't punch me.
If you think about it, Mike Tyson could tear every one of those wrestlers to pieces.
Oh yeah.
Like Mike Tyson in his prime.
Yeah.
He would murder all of them.
Yes. Like, indescribable murder. But yeah, they ended up getting him, and that's what, like, one of the things that tipped him over the top. But like, they had all these crazy storylines that happened. Like, they went into like some of the storylines that were like, ew, I don't like Stephanie McMahon about to marry a guy, and then like Triple H kidnaps her and marries her and rapes her, like,
and then the Undertaker's The Brood fucking kidnaps her and puts her on the fucking tee like Jesus.
My favorite thing, they showed a clip from that, did not explain it. They didn't even go into that. They were just like, oh, Stephanie McMahon was in a bunch of like storylines, and they fucking showed her like this at one point, and they were like, let's just not talk about that. Don't worry about it.
She's fucking damsel the whole time.
Yeah.
Stone Cold even rescued her once.
Yeah.
So great. But like it like they had those little events, but I'm not gonna lie, Eric Bischoff's right. I'd rather watch WCW.
Yeah.
Hulk Hogan was on WCW.
Yeah.
Macho Man Randy Savage.
Yep.
Sting.
Kevin
back.
Nash, Scott Hall.
Fuck.
And then even some of their smaller guys, like the giant, the new giant, fucking Paul White shows up.
Rey
God,
Mysterio was on there.
Rey Mysterio, Eddie Guerrero.
The what's it called? The LFW, the Latino World Order.
Yeah.
Oh fuck.
So like
WCW was fucking cooking back then.
They started to get into like how WCW went down, and like they started to be like, Eric Bischoff was like, I should have known. I got lazy. Like, the NWO stuff started to get kind of old. It wasn't as exciting anymore. And then they showed clips from like the last few months of WCW, and it was like, oh, these two chicks are mud wrestling. There's 6 guys fighting in a swimming pool. There's like, there's the one that was the worst is they had Kidman and some other guy doing a Viagra match. So like, I guess both of them had dick problems, and they had to like wrestle to get Viagra. That's wow. Like, WWF is like pushing the envelope with like, oh yeah, fucking Stone Cold Steve Austin, he drove in a cement truck and filled up Mr. McMahon's car with cement. Wow, what a fucking cool. He broke into the hospital and started hitting Vince McMahon over the head with a fucking bedpan. Amazing. Well, our guy ate some Viagra and his mouth started frothing. So
God, I think
we got it.
Those last few months, I probably had dropped out. That's probably when the Attitude Era had just started. So I was watching like DX.
Yeah.
Stone Cold had brought me over to WWF.
Yeah.
I was watching him and his fucking antics.
Dude, you couldn't turn away from Stone Cold, especially like we're both from Texas and he's from where we're from. Like he's from Victoria. Yes. You can't get any cooler than that. You're like the best guy in wrestling right now is from fucking my shit. Like I've been to his HEB. Are you fucking kidding me?
I drove down his street. What the heck? Like, dude, not only was he from Texas, not only was he like, he was a heel for real. He was like an anti-hero, a heel, but to be as popular as he was, like that's I don't want to say unheard of, but like that was a big thing. You just don't get that nowadays. Like how many bad guys do you get where people are fucking cheering him on like to be bad?
Yeah, the thing is they talked about that too. They were like, because Stone Cold was supposed to be a heel, and he was a heel. And the big turning point was like he was supposed to do this match, King of the Ring. He was gonna win King of the Ring because as Razor Ramon and Diesel left, right? It was Shawn Michaels, Triple H, and those two doing a match. And then at the end of the match, and this wasn't on TV at all, they came into the ring and they all hugged each other. And, you know, as like a goodbye, like a, well, the show is over kind of thing. And that broke kayfabe. And people were fucking pissed about it. And, you know, McMahon was like, well, somebody's got to pay for this, and it's going to be you, Triple H. You were supposed to win King of the Ring. You're not going to win King of the Ring anymore. And so he gives it to Austin. Stone Cold whoops Jake the Snake. And Jake the Snake beforehand is like, God told me that I'm going to win this match. And fucking Stone Cold afterward just starts riffing and is like, you prayed to your little God and your Bible. And you probably quoting John 16. Well, fucking Austin 3:16 says that I'm going to kick your ass. And like, that's where Austin 3:16 comes from. And he ends off with, and that's the bottom line because Stone Cold said so. That happens at a pay-per-view. The next night, there are people with Austin 3:16 signs and shirts that they made at their house. Like, dude, it explodes from there. People can't get enough of Austin anymore.
Austin 3:16 was so big. You wouldn't imagine all the fucking in school, dude.
Yeah.
I couldn't even wear it in school. In middle school, we had to take pictures. My mom knew I was a big Stone Cold fan, and I had this really nice Stone Cold shirt.
Yeah.
There was nothing bad about it, but it was banned in school.
Yeah.
And it was Stone Cold, you know, the fucking on the top doing this, but like he's throwing the fingers in the actual pictures, but in the shirt, his arms are like fucking snakes. And
hell yeah.
It says like Austin 3:16, and my mom had to argue with the school to let me fucking wear that shirt for picture day.
Wow, that's fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was way cool. Like I said, and on the back it had like the skull. It had the skull and said like Austin 3:16.
Oh my god, hang on. I think I found it. I got
the
it.
Shirt?
Yeah.
No shit.
I think I did. Let me see. There it is. Here. Let me pull out my tablet again. Hold on. Is that it right there?
Hold on. Coming up. Oh fuck, that's it.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the shirt. That's the shirt I had when I was
Look at
a kid. That's so good.
Hell yeah. And they said, nah, there's snakes on it. You can't wear this.
I also had the shirt he's wearing in that fucking shirt. I had the snake shirt.
Hell yeah.
But like, can you imagine like, I wish I had the picture of me when I was a kid wearing that for picture day.
Hell yeah.
Fuck, that's such a fucking cool ass shirt.
Yeah, and like they banned shirts of Stone Cold. They also banned shirts of The Rock. They banned D-Generation X shirt, and if you did the D-Generation X suck it, you would you get in trouble. Oh, it was great. What a great time to be alive.
Dude, could you imagine like wrestling getting so fucking extreme and violent that they ban it in schools?
Yeah.
They don't ban shit in schools nowadays.
Dude, it's so fucking crazy. Like the they talked about Austin being like the anti-hero, and they talked about The Rock also becoming an anti-hero, and apparently the turn was like they introduced him and they were like he's a third generation wrestling superstar, Rocky Maivia, he's amazing, and
so lame.
People booed the shit out of him, and he was like, listen, Vince, I want to join the nation of like black wrestlers, and I want to go out there and I want to say why. And Vince was like, all right, go for it. And he gets on the mic and he's just like, it's about respect. You got to respect me. And everybody's just booing the shit out of him. And he's like, oh, this is it. I've got to be an asshole to these idiots. And then that's how The Rock started. And he fucking starts taking off. Like, the McMahon documentary is super interesting because as they come back, like they tell all of these stories of like, oh, this is what WWF is doing, this is what Vince is doing, and like they go into like XFL and like failed business ventures, and he's like, all right, you just gotta move on. When you fail, you just gotta move on. And
I love the way McMahon talks.
he's so funny because like he's a shit. Like he's objectively like they make sure to tell you twice. We did all of these interviews before the 2024 like rape allegations came out. So like don't be too mad at us. So like
yeah. And I mean, and that's true. Like it just recently came out, but fuck, he was a charismatic dickhead.
Yeah,
is all I could say. He wasn't a good guy, but fuck, could he put on a show?
Yeah, he's like, oh, they were like, what's the, is the Mr. McMahon character like just you sort of like, like turned up? And he's like, no, I don't agree with anything Mr. McMahon does. It's just a character. I just want to play a heel. And
I would never do things he did.
That cuts to a super cut of everybody else they've interviewed being like, oh yeah, that's just Vince. That's Vince, but turned up to 11. No, that's basically him. Yeah, no, that's what Vince is like. Paul Heyman tells this fucking story. Paul Heyman is so like eloquent when he talks to. He's like, Vince McMahon has truly only ever loved one thing, and that's the WWF. He's like, he's married to someone, his kids, himself, his wife be damned. He loves WWF. He was like whenever I got a sense of like how his relationship was with his son was, they were arguing about some creative decision and his son really wanted to do something. And he says to his son, not while I'm alive. And then he looks over and he picks up a steak knife and he hands it to his son and he says, right here. You stab me right here and you kill me if you want this done. And I know if you don't even try, you're not a man. You're not man enough to do this. You're not man enough to overthrow your father like I overthrew mine.
Damn.
Fuck, dude. Like... And Vince McMahon is just like in this interview, he's like, oh, I'm just a nice little guy. It's fine.
Yeah, don't. I don't act like that in my true life. Fucking cut to him. Austin, I want you down here right now. Or you're gonna lose your job.
They're like, yeah, a behind the scenes thing. He's like, oh, hey, Austin. They're like, we're not. This is just like a behind the scenes thing, and he's like, oh, you're rolling. Oh shit, I should have. Oh, sir.
I want you to fight my son, Shane McMahon, right now.
Right now. Put him in the dirt for me, Austin.
I want you to do this for me, Austin. Make him wish that he was dead. Do it, Austin. Fuck.
He's like, I don't know. That's such a good idea, boss.
No, I want you to. It's all for the show, but I want you to kill him. I want you to really kill him, though.
Yeah, they go into that. They go in the Montreal screw job. We're at the part where like John Cena has just become a big guy, and at the very end of this episode, we've got one more episode to go. It's like, oh, the rape allegations happened. So like the next episode is going to be all about that, and I'm very pumped about it. But like, it really is like Vince McMahon has done shit like Sable quit and sued them for sexual harassment for like a lot of money. Made a settlement, got rehired. And all of that is because Vince McMahon was like, well, people want her back. And he's like, it's good. It makes for good TV. Like, fucking Hulk Hogan.
He's not wrong.
Hulk Hogan quits. He goes to WCW. Vince McMahon is so pissed off, testifies against him in the steroid trial. Fucking all of that. And then as soon as they buy WCW, they're like, well, we gotta have a match. It's gotta be The Rock versus Hulk Hogan, and that's it. Like Hulk Hogan was like, we didn't even talk about the past, brother. It was just like nothing ever happened. He doesn't care. He just cares about making a good product.
Which is so funny because he just came from WCW off the heels of fucking Hollywood Hulk Hogan.
Yeah.
Being that whole persona. And then he comes back to WWF and you hear his old music, the fucking Hulkamania Running Wild Hulk theme. And you see him in the yellow trunks and shit come out.
Dude, and the match that he does with The Rock, they go into it and they're like, yeah, it's a like a profound moment in wrestling because it definitely put The Rock over where like the two of them are staring at each other and then you see them both turn to like to opposite sides to like sort of soak in what the crowd is saying. And The Rock is like, yeah, in the middle of that match, I'm beating the shit out of Hulk Hogan. Like I'm doing it. People are wanted to boo me out of the fucking building. I'm supposed to win that match, and so we had to be nuanced. We had to think on our feet. He had to get one over on me, and I had to win like sneaky, not good. Everybody hates it because I'm supposed to win that, but we need the crowd to be like, we need to entertain the crowd, and they don't want me to win. So I've got to win in a way that they hate. And so I was like, that's so fucking interesting that like Hogan's back and everybody's expecting like, oh, this is gonna be WWF versus WCW, and they're gonna put him in the fucking dirt. But everybody's like, we love you, Hulk Hogan, and he's like, oh, brother, I guess I'll try my best.
Dude, like it's because Hogan, The Rock, he wasn't as big as he is now. If it was now, people would have been like all for it. But fucking Hogan, like he's not prime, but like this is like big time, right?
Yeah.
Everyone loves Hogan. Like he is so big. Everyone knows him. This is still early, so like everyone's behind him. He had just got back from WCW. Everyone knows him from the Andre the Giant fucking body slam.
Yeah.
Him fighting fucking or rocking NWO and doing all that shit, and then coming back to Hulkmania, American made fucking Hogan.
Yeah.
They wanted it big. Everyone was fucking buying for Hogan. Like I'm even looking at my shelf now. Like I got that Hogan and Andre the Giant Funko Pop over there. I got Roddy Piper, Andre the Giant, and fucking Macho Man Randy Savage over here in the corner. Like wrestling back then was big. I couldn't if you right now pulled out like a toy of like what was his name? Something Rhodes.
Cody Rhodes, yeah.
Yeah, Cody Rhodes and like fucking Hulk Hogan or Sting, I'd fucking scoff at you for even showing me that other one.
The thing is, like, Cody is about the biggest. Cody and John Cena are probably the two biggest like modern wrestling stars that there are. Because there was a while where like you had Kofi Kingston. Kofi Kingston, part of God, what the fuck is the name? The New Day. New Day was great. New Day's so fucking funny. I love Xavier Woods. The thing is, and Kofi Kingston like became like the heavyweight champion, right? But Kofi Kingston wasn't doing like Kofi Kingston isn't going on, you know, like what the Tonight Show like Triple H was, right? Like we're in a different era where like wrestling is like back to sort of like and it's not the pervasive thing that everyone's talking about anymore.
When wrestlers did stuff outside of wrestling, everyone noticed.
Yeah.
Like now it's just kind of like, oh, okay, like we get it. They do other stuff. But back then, like you see wrestlers doing voices in like cartoons, or they make like you know what my favorite scene in one of my favorite 80s, early 90s movies is? Gremlins 2. In the middle of Gremlins 2, some shit's going on, and then the film reel starts like burning up, and then it cuts to white, and then it breaks the fourth wall and goes into the movie theater, and Hulk Hogan's there, and the usher's just like, Mr. Hogan, yo, we're having a problem in the projector room. Can you do something about it? He's like, oh yeah, sure. Listen here, gremlins. If you want to mess up my movie, you're gonna have to come through the Hulkster. I want you to fucking put that movie back because these people bought their popcorn and they want to watch this movie. Fucking, like that's my favorite scene.
That's very good.
Just fucking Hulk Hogan breaking the fourth wall. That's so big. If John Cena did that, I'd be like, oh, it's just John Cena.
No, yeah, it's John Cena.
But then, like, you had Macho Man Randy Savage in a few cartoons. He was in Dexter's Lab.
Yeah.
He was in that one episode of Dial M for Monkey. And, you know, you had a couple of Roddy Piper. He was in They Live.
Yep.
Fucking... I don't know what it was about just the kooky nature of wrestling back then that it was so fun to see them outside of wrestlers still being like their like over the top personality and it coming through.
Yeah.
But like nowadays, like John Cena's a wrestler, now he's in fucking everything.
Yeah.
The Rock, he's in fucking everything. Like, I'm so tired of seeing The Rock.
Dude,
I'm so tired of seeing John Cena.
Apparently, The Rock is in. So there's a new Christmas movie coming out. Like again, another like Christmas Rock movie. Red One, there it is. And it's J.K. Simmons as Santa. It's Chris Evans. It's Dwayne Johnson as an elf. And Lucy Liu.
Yeah.
And like the thing is, I looked at the trailer. The trailer seems fine. I looked at the poster. Things seem okay. The thing is, I looked it up afterward. And people were like, yeah, Red One was supposed to come out like a while ago. The thing is, The Rock delayed everything. There were just days he wouldn't show up. There were days he would show up 9 hours late and only work for 2 and then go home. And like, apparently when he was breaking into the movie business, he was the guy that was like, I'm here early. I'm helping out the crew. I'm pissing in bottles so I can do more scenes. And like, I don't have to take any bathroom breaks or anything. Like, he was that fucking guy. And now he's the exact opposite where he's like, yeah, no, I'll fucking show up whenever. And so they had to like try to shoot around him and around him like not being there. And it cost them a ton of money because you can imagine they're like, oh yeah, we've got this big action scene. We have like these big set pieces. Everybody's ready to go. We just have to wait for Dwayne to get here. And fucking 6 hours later, they're like, where the fuck is he?
We're gonna let that fame get to him. And that's unfortunate. That really is unfortunate because
yeah,
like, he was like, it's so funny to see the evolution of The Rock. When he was Rocky Maivia in the fucking Nation Domination, real skinny, small dude.
Yeah.
And now he's fucking yoked beyond all belief.
Yeah.
Like, he doesn't even look like the same person.
Yeah. There's 2 eras of The Rock, and personally, the earlier one's better.
Yeah.
He can still cut a really good promo, but like, fuck, dude. I don't know, man. Like, I think The Rock really just needs to take a few years off. He's doing so many things. I think that like something happened with Black Adam where he was like, no, DC movies suck dick. I'm going to show up and I'm going to kick ass. Black Adam is going to be the best DC movie that there is. I'm going to go out there. I'm going to promote the hell out of it. I'm going to make a ton of money. Like, everybody's going to love this. And then it came out and it wasn't that good. And everybody was dogging on him. And he got turned into a meme with that fucking shitty face he made. And I'm sure that he was like, fuck you. God, I'm sure he's like frustrated about that, about like the performance, about the fact that they're like, yeah, we're just going to go ahead and erase all of the DCU and fucking, we're just going to give James Gunn the reins. And James Gunn's like, no, I don't want to work with The Rock. Fuck that.
That's fair. It's also, I went to go see that movie in theaters.
Mm-hmm.
It's not bad. It just wasn't. I haven't seen it since, and I don't know if I could sit through the whole thing. Like, it had like 1 or 2 funny scenes, but honestly, it just.
Like,
I can look it up on YouTube, but like, man, all the DC movies now, fucking, what was it? I don't know. Black Adam. It was mediocre at best. Zachary Levi fucked up.
Oh god, yeah. Shazam.
Shazam, and he did fucking Harold and Purple Crayon, and that movie sucked ass. I didn't see it. I didn't want to see it. I saw the trailer and I saw someone talk about it, and I'm like, yep, that's as bad as I thought it was gonna be. Like, there's nothing good for the DC, and I don't think The Rock should be in any more movies, honestly. Like, he's like in 3 movies a year, maybe more.
Yeah.
And they all fucking look the same. He plays the same fucking role in everything.
Yeah.
He doesn't change anything.
Yeah. Which, like, is fine for a few years. Like, I'm fine with him being The Rock in Jumanji. I'm fine with him being The Rock in fucking in Jungle Cruise. I'm fine with it being The Rock in like a bunch of other things. I'm fine with it being The Rock for years. Until I'm like,
The Rock for years.
I've got enough. Actually, I'm good on The Rock.
Even back then, he did the rundown with fucking Sean what's his name, and then he did that other movie that's exactly like the rundown that I thought they were the same movie, but they're not. And then he did an animated movie. He voiced a white version of an astronaut in Planet 51, which I really like, but it just looked like The Rock, but he was white.
Yeah.
And every movie, fucking Jungle Cruise, what is it, Skyscraper?
Yeah.
Skyscraper, Rampage. Like, he's just playing the same person. In fact, people made that meme of like screenshots of all like The Rock and all those movies, and they look like the same movie.
Yeah. It's fucked up because like he is talented whenever he tries. It's just that like we've had too much of him. Yeah. Just cool it off.
He was in the original Doom movie.
He was, yeah. He was in Doom 20. I was about to say Doom 2016, but when did that movie come out? 2014?
Earlier than that. It was like 2006, 2007.
Really? Damn.
2004 even, maybe.
Man, I'm old. That's crazy.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah. I was like, are you checking it? Does it look?
I am. Oh, God. WWE Raw. They've got, that's his top credit. Let's see.
Yeah, well, he's still headlining fucking WWE products.
Yeah, every once in a while they bring him back. So that was one of the things about like for Cody Rhodes that people were super pissed off about. Doom 2005, you're right. You got it. They were super pissed off because Cody Rhodes like came over to WWE, was starting to like rise. People like the fans are behind him, and then they interrupted his like rise to like try and get the heavyweight belt by bringing back The Rock. And The Rock was like, oh no, like there's this like blood, what is it called? Like the bloodlines storyline where it was like,
oh my God,
him and all the other Samoans like being like, fucking Roman Reigns is like my half cousin. Fucking this guy's my cousin. This guy's my relative. And fucking,
I only know that because that guy that came over told me about it, and he like, we didn't even do anything that night but talk about fucking Cody Rhodes. and I'm not like upset about it. I'm like, dude, like, okay, I get it. You like him. And he's like, you just don't know how much I fucking like. He walked me through the whole fucking bloodline storyline.
Yeah.
And he's like, can I borrow your computer? I was like, go ahead. And he was like bringing up all these videos, and he was like, so he fucking was with him, and that's his brother, and they were a tag team, and then he was gonna get the heavyweight, but then his half cousin did. I was like, I don't fucking care.
Yeah.
Like, what?
You're like, I'm so not invested in this.
I'm like, you know what? I'm tired. Just go home.
Hey, can you leave? Is it possible for you to go?
I don't even know. Like, that's like one of those fucking, you have a blind date and they start fucking autistic yapping about something.
Mm-hmm.
And you're just like, fucking get me out of here. Get me out of here.
Please help. Yeah. It's the documentary is great. Go watch it. It's a lot of fun.
Speaking of WWF.
Yeah.
You know who they did have on WWF?
Who?
Donald Trump.
They fucking did. They showed a couple of clips of him, actually. They showed him in the audience of like one of the early WrestleManias, and they showed him slapping the shit out of Vince McMahon, obviously, because that's the clip you show.
Yeah, are the one where Stone Cold stuns him.
Yeah.
The old stunner.
That's right.
But he's another topic we wanted to talk about.
Yeah. I mean,
this
obviously,
motherfucker.
Before we get into, I'm gonna make my position super clear. I fucking hate Donald Trump. You should vote for Kamala Harris. That's it. Voting ends at some point, and please go vote. Anyway,
early voting in Texas, but I'm not leaving my house today.
Hell yeah. So
Tomorrow.
This goofy son of a bitch, basically Kamala Harris was like, Donald Trump doesn't know anything about like workers that do an actual job. He's never served like anybody in a McDonald's. He's never had an actual job before. He doesn't know shit. And Donald Trump was like, I'll fucking do that right now. I can go to a McDonald's and fucking I go to McDonald's right now.
Oh, you don't think I can serve at a McDonald's? I'll show you. I serve so many McDonald's you won't even know.
God. So they put out this like press thing couple days ago. It's this week. Where he's at this McDonald's and he's like learning how to do the fries and like put the fries in the bag and salt them and fucking they've got like pictures of him like talking to customers and like handing out their food and it's like dude, it's really dystopian.
It was also fake too. That was all photo op of him handing shit to people in there because like if you saw it, they put the sign on the McDonald's door about the president being in there. So they had their specific people that they brought in just for those photo ops. But it's like so weird. Like if he's gonna do that and go all the way, wear a fucking McDonald's uniform. Don't be back there with your fucking president's uniform.
He's
cosplaying.
He was wearing an apron, and God, let me fucking tell you. Whenever those photos came out, the conservative subreddit was glazing this motherfucker. He may as well have been a donut. It was crazy. They were like, oh, he looks so good in that apron. Oh, look, he double salted the fries. That's because he knows those fries need that extra salt. They always do. McDonald's fries need that extra salt. He's so smart.
I bet he cooked every fry by itself fresh every time.
And they were like, oh, people think it's like such a big gotcha that he didn't serve actual people. Yeah, obviously he didn't serve actual people. He's the president. He's supposed to, like, it's a security thing, you idiots.
He's the president-elect, dumbass.
It's like, yeah, I guess. But by the same token, he's also like, no, I've served everybody their fries. I served them their delicious meals from McDonald's that I love so much.
Yeah, like the point is that you're an everyman, not like you had to fucking barricade the McDonald's to save yourself.
Yeah,
like it's disingenuous is what it is, but it's also very silly and very funny.
Yeah,
I don't know if you have those pictures, but bring them
it's
up.
like God. It's like the pictures of do you remember back in like the 2000s, the pictures of Vladimir Putin came out of him like hunting bears and shit with no shirt?
Yeah, but my favorite picture of Vladimir Putin is him in the karate gi. Fucking flipping people. I don't know if it was real, might have been Photoshop, but of him fucking fighting a child.
Good.
It's so fucking good.
Let's see.
Yeah.
Here we go. I've got there you go.
What do you got? You got
there he is.
Bring up the tablet. There's a tablet.
There he is doing some fry work.
I would say he's right behind us in the kitchen behind us, but
yeah, he's in this Whataburger doing it.
No. Whataburger has a little bit more class.
Whataburger's got standards. And then here he is like, oh yes, you would like some food? Yes, of course. I'll put how many fries? Is it 60? Is it 70? I'm not sure.
I gotta count each one. Did you watch what do they fucking make upsized? Do you want it upsized?
You want it supersized?
He's like, oh, do you want to what do they sell? Not Frosties. Fucking
McFlurries, yeah.
Do you want a McFlurry? Ha! Just kidding. The ice cream machine is broken.
Yeah. He's like, the amount of people in the conservative subreddit, they're like, man, he should just take over McDonald's. The ice cream machines would be fixed every day. They'd never go down.
Shut your fucking mouth. He doesn't give a shit.
No.
Maybe the McDonald's near where he lived would probably be up to standard, but that's
sure.
it.
Yeah, it's so fucking, the whole subreddit is just them being like, oh, he's just a goofy guy that like, he says some stuff sometimes and he loves his country and he's not a fucking communist and like, gotta love America, gotta want to come all over him. It's crazy.
He's like, yes, I'm gonna make you a Big Mac today, and after I'm done working at this fine establishment, you can come back and get my new McDonald's special meal, the Big Don. It's
Mm-hmm.
it's it's 2 times bigger than the puny Big Mac.
Mm-hmm.
It's just
And it costs $70, a premium price for a premium product.
and hey, for $10 more, you can get them to stamp my face on the bun. The Big Don. Come to your nearest McDonald's. Only McDonald's.
And
No
if you want to, this is totally optional, but I would do it. If you want to, we can encase it in resin so that it is saved forever. It's a process that will make sure that your burger stays good for all time. You could eat it in the apocalypse; it would never go bad. It costs $7,000 to $8,000, and we will ship it to you in a gold box.
We promise all your money is going straight to me because I need that. I need the money for my. I'm going to be the president.
Yeah, I need the money for freedom.
America doesn't run on Duncan; it runs on Donald.
Yeah. Fuck. God, this son of a bitch just like. He really thought he was like, no, I'm onto something here. People are really gonna love me being in this McDonald's. And the thing is, conservatives are fucking eating it up. They're like, oh, look, he's actually doing the job.
Look, I think I've said it before. Like, I don't care who gets elected. It's always a bad time. I get it. I'm gonna vote for whoever you tell me to because I just don't care.
Because I listen.
Because I'm a good friend.
I'm not a big thinker, but I am a good listener.
I'm a good listener and I'm a good friend. The thing is, I just think I still think Donald Trump's gonna win. It's unfortunate. It's unfortunate he's gonna win.
There's a bunch of stuff that makes me really worried that that's going to be the case, and that means that the next 4 years are going to be fucking awful. So I'm not excited about that. The one thing is that like the like presidential election happens every 4 years, and every time that it happens, it sneaks up on me because my brain is like, oh, Halloween's coming up. Halloween's coming up in like 2 weeks. I got to get ready for Halloween. And then it's like a week later is when the election happens. And I'm like, ah! I realized that the election is happening in a couple of weeks, 2 days ago. We got because I live in Washington, and Washington is like the best state. I got my mail-in ballot.
Whatever.
I got my mail-in ballot, and all I got to do is fill it out and put it back in the mail, and then I'm done. Probably like the coolest thing that Washington does is they mail you your ballot. You can return it in person if you want to. You can also just put it in the mail. But also they send you a voter's guide that's just like, hey, everybody who is like in your race, like the things that you're voting on, we ask them these 5 questions and they can respond however they want. And then you can decide who you want to vote for from there, which makes it so easy. You just show up, you get you get a thing at your house and you're like, oh, let me just flip through this for 10 minutes. Ah, this person's a fucking nut job. Don't vote for that guy. Got it. Easy.
Listen, I disagree. Washington sucks. It sucks hard ass. That's just my opinion.
For what reason?
Because it ain't Texas.
Texas has probably the best branding of any state in the entire United States. If you go to a foreign country, like, and you say I'm from the U.S., people are like, but if you say you're from Texas, they're like, okay, yeehaw.
Oh, yeah, you can fucking go. I want to go to Japan. I know you said you were gonna go. They're gonna be like, fucking, konnichiwa, in Japanese. Where are you from? Oh, I'm from Texas. Oh, howdy. Fucking,
yeah. Oh, okay.
Yeehaw, partner. Fucking.
Did you ride your horse here? Yeah, fucking rode my horse across the ocean.
My 10-gallon hat's in the hotel.
God.
Like Texas, listen. As many problems as Texas have, I think it's all forgiven because of like the charisma that Texas has as a person. If Texas was a person, he'd probably be the best person of all the 50 states.
It would at the very least be the most gregarious, the most like out there. He would be like Stone Cold. He'd be a lot like Stone Cold. The main problem is there's just enough nut jobs that are like in charge of things that are like they do shit like, hey, give me a list of all the trans people in the state, and you're like, why do you want that? And they're like, no reason, don't worry about it. They're like, hey, listen, you can totally get an abortion if you could find out that you're pregnant within 4 weeks.
But you can't though.
Yeah, it's hard to do that, and you never really know, and
false positive. It doesn't matter. All the bad things that you hear about Texas are offset by all the good things. Like the people. For people that say, oh, Texas is full of fucking crazy ass conservatives. True, but they don't just fucking hate you outright. They'll be nice to you for the most part. They
also don't outnumber the people that are like conservative and nice. Like the real crazy whack jobs like are not, they're not the most like in your face people. The main thing is just that like the state is purple. The state is like, if younger people voted in Texas, it would be Democratic. It just would. Like that's what all the demographs like say, is that like if people were less disenfranchised and were able to vote easier, stuff like that, that Texas would be probably blue. And whenever you've got people that are like, oh yeah, we'll vote for like the Republican person because that's what I've been voting for my whole life. Whenever you have people like that, then they start doing things like, yeah, you can't get an abortion at all after 4 weeks. And it's like, hey, you know that like, if I give birth to this baby, I will die. And they're like, I don't know about all that. Nah, you gotta give birth to this baby and we'll fucking see what happens. And it's like, really? Cool. Love that for me.
Here's one thing you're forgetting. And like, I know a lot of Texas people like vying for like illegal immigration and shit.
Mm-hmm.
Not Texas people, but like Texas politicians. You have to forget who's voting like Republican because they're also very conservative.
Mm-hmm.
Mexicans,
yeah. That it's the craziest shit. Yeah,
you would think not, but if you don't know Mexicans or spend enough time with them, I am one of them.
Mm-hmm.
For our audio only.
Mm-hmm.
They're very conservative. They align a lot with Republican ideology. A lot. So as like anytime you hear people like, oh no, fucking those are California Mexicans.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of us down here don't believe that they exist. They're real. They're not real Mexicans.
They're not real. They've got the big long shoes. They can't get you.
Dude, California Mexicans are just not Texas Mexicans, which borders Mexico. So like they're like true Mexicans. I hate to say that. I'm not like trying to.
California does border Mexico though. That's the thing.
But Texas borders it better.
It does border it more. You are right about that.
Yeah, but and better.
Sorry. Higher quality border.
way better border. If you look at my border, it's way better than the
fence is just so tall.
Dude, Texas Mexicans, which surprisingly encompass a lot of Texas.
Yeah,
they're all Republicans' homes.
Yeah.
That's just a thing, and that's a thing that not a lot of people like. A lot of Mexicans and white people get along because they see eye to eye.
Mm-hmm.
We're not like, oh, we're fucking Latinx. Oh, we hate that down here.
Yeah.
We're Latinos. We're Latinas.
Yeah.
Don't get it fucking twisted.
Don't put them both together and then throw a fucking X in there. That's exactly what it is like. And like a lot of that has to do, especially in the older generation, with like Catholicism, like being like religious and being like super family oriented and being like, I'm here to take care of me. I'm here to take care of my family. I'm in this country and fucking there is no one on the planet who is more racist to Mexicans coming across the border than Mexicans that are already across the border. The ones that are already here, like it's like as soon as they get here and they get a house, they're like, fucking none of you better come back across that border. I want to see fucking none of you.
They are so fucking mad. They're so fucking mad.
They're like,
they
you
really
stop
are.
it! Get back over there!
Once Mexicans fucking make it and they're citizens, they're like, hey, none of y'all fucking come over here.
Yeah.
Like, we have a good thing going on.
Yeah, fucking, listen, they're gonna get too many of us, and then they're gonna fucking send us all back, and I can't go there, okay?
I can't go back.
My mom came here and gave birth to me here. I can't send my mom back there. You know what the cartels would do to my mom?
I have it too good. I live by a Walmart. God damn. Like I've almost saved up enough for a PS5. Come on. I can't get a PS5 in Mexico. Fuck.
They don't even have them. They just got PS3. God damn it.
It's so true. Fuck. I love Mexico. It's such a big culture down here. But like I said, like they want to like downplay like, oh, you're Mexican, so you're obviously like Republic or Democrat.
Yeah.
That is far from the truth.
Yeah. It honestly doesn't, because you would think it'd be like, oh well, it's probably just like the richer Mexicans that like, you know, they're second generation, maybe third generation. They're like farmers. They're like people that like work in the industry or whatever. Like it's got to be people that have money. And it's like, nah, dude, especially poor Mexicans for some reason. They're like, oh yeah, no. WIC is great. Love WIC. Love my Lone Star card. Like that's how I get by with my family. Like I get my tax credits and everything. But you know, abortion's so bad. So fucking Republicans, love them. Love them all. Ted Cruz, my best friend. You know, whenever all the power was out and he was like, yeah, I'm going to go to Cancun, and he fucking just left everybody in Texas. Yeah. I wish I could do that. My hero, that man.
Dude, like, oh man. It's funny because like, Mexicans also, while being Republican, they're also a lot more, not forgiving, but like, accepting, right? Mm-hmm. Because if you know like a lot of Mexican people down here, they're way more accepting if you are gay, or trans, or like whatever your orientation is. But they still stay conservative. Mm-hmm. As long as they have more than one kid.
Yeah, that's the major thing. Is it's like it's all the way up to like, because they'll be concerned and they'll fucking. Like they will say some vitriol about like gay people. Like it is bad in South Texas for like anybody being openly gay, but it's like the light switch flips if like their kid is kind of gay or like they have a friend that's then they're like, oh, well, it's fine. No. Like they're fine. I like them. It's good.
Like gay people are cool. It's fine. I don't care. Still pretty conservative. That's their life. It's not mine.
Yeah.
And Mexican people, they have usually, for the most part, more than one kid. So if one's gay, well, you still got like two or so that are not. So, hey, let them do what they're gonna do, right?
Yeah, you're like, don't worry about it. I can get grandkids somewhere else. Don't worry about it.
Exactly. Like that's just the thing, and like, I want to say that we're conservative, but like the Mexicans are like the nicest people, and I think that's what some people who are like see the world in black and white don't get. Mm-hmm. That not each side is like monstrous to one another. Mm-hmm. Like they show like on TV or on the internet. Like you yourself are like very left leaning and Republican. Me, I stray to being conservative, but I also am a bisexual out. Mm-hmm. And my family loves me. It's just that I grew up in this way, so like I'm cool with it.
I grew up in this hellscape. I grew up in hell.
I grew up in hell, and it kind of after a while it gets on you.
Yeah, it's warm. I like how warm it is.
It's just people like as like awful as you think their beliefs are. Like they can be nice people. It's just you don't think much of like how they their views are. Mm-hmm. Down in like blue collar states especially, like they're gonna vote how they're gonna vote. You're not gonna like change their mind, but they're not gonna like fucking come up to your door and pull you out, fucking Gestapo your ass.
Yeah, currently the like it's things started getting worse in 2016. That's the major thing.
You think in Texas, people are like, oh, fucking Texas, dude. It is crazier in any other state besides Texas.
It is, actually.
Yeah, you would think because Texas you could walk around with open carry and shit, but no, it is not Texas.
Yeah, they're like, you have to get to like a small town that is like majority white, and is not surrounded by Mexicans, which is like, because like Ingleside fits that bill. There's some fucking crazy people in Ingleside, but like there's enough Mexicans around that it's like, yeah, fucking, they're all gonna come kill me if I'm too racist. But like, especially, you know, you get down to like Georgia or, you know, West Virginia or whatever, and like you could see just racial hate crimes still happening, and people are like, just kids.
Yeah. Oh, crazy kids.
It's just,
and like, see, I don't know. That's why I like Texas. Like they're like, it's a friendly state. Everyone's friendly. Everyone will say hi to you. Mm-hmm. They'll open the door for you, no matter like how you look or whatever. They'll side eye you, but they'll still be nice to you until you do something that they don't like, and then they won't be. Dude,
that's the thing. Okay, so my cousin, when I went to my grandmother's funeral, he and I were talking, and he was so excited because he was like, hey, we're trying to build an indoor sports facility here. And I was like, oh, that's cool. And he's like, yeah, just like, you know, I work for like a land company, and like I've got my friends, and like we've got a bunch of the oil companies around here to like contribute money. And I think we're about to sign the paperwork to be able to like get all the money in, and now we're going to build this like multi-million-dollar indoor sports facility because in this part in West Texas, it's so fucking hot. You can't be outside during the summer. And like, you know, during the winter, it's not much better. And so he's like, yeah, so like we wanted a place for like kids to be able to go and like do after school programs and like be able to do like indoor, like have adults and everything do like indoor sports and stuff. And he was like, you know, this area has been conservative forever. Like we're conservative people, but something happened in like 2016 where people are just like openly racist now. And like, you know, we bring this up to them. We're like, hey, we want to do this indoor sports facility, and we want to make sure that like, you know, kids have a place to go after school, especially kids that like don't have any money. Cause we got a bunch of like YMCAs and stuff that are like, oh yeah, you pay like $50 a month and they could come and like do whatever after school. And this is like a free place for them to be able to do that. And like, we just want to be able to like provide something and have like low cost, like, and no cost options for kids. And people are like, it's fucking handout. You want to give these kids a fucking handout and like want to try to help out these poor kids? Oh, they're probably all going to commit a bunch of crimes there and shit. And I was like, really? And then he was like, yeah, I don't know what happened, but in 2016, everybody just started thinking that like immigrants kill everybody, and they're all like, everybody that's ever been mean to them is like from Mexico and wants them to die, and fucking like, he was like, it's insane out here. To be able to get this thing done to try and help kids have fun has been like pulling tooth and nail, and it's all because of a bunch of racists that are like, Mexicans can't have fun. I don't know, got too many black kids that you're trying to get in there. I don't know about that.
Yeah, I think West Texas is probably like the most hated part of Texas. Not even like Texas kind of likes West Texas.
No, dude. The crazy thing is like East Texas is just like nobody thinks about it because it's who knows what the fuck is there. No one cares. South Texas is like, well, it's got some beaches. It's mostly Mexican, kind of fine. Central Texas, you have Austin and like a bunch of cities. North Texas, you have Dallas, fine. West Texas, and you're like, it's just deserts and the smell of crude oil and cows for just ever. Fuck that place.
Everyone hates living there, and they're gonna make it everyone else's problem.
Yeah, everyone is like, God, it's so damn hot here. Ooh,
ooh, I hate the color of your skin.
Oh, oh, how are you standing out here not getting a sunburn? God damn it.
Just angry. Texas is such like a nuanced place. It's its own fucking economy of things, and that's why like when people are like, oh fuck, shit's going down, and they're like, oh fuck, we hate Texas. I'm like, what do you hate Texas? I get it, like in your situation, but I'm just like, I've never had a bad thing happen to me in Texas.
Yeah, I think that comes down to personal experience because like the
I've had
thing
more
is,
Mexicans accost me.
yeah, if you moved out to like West Texas, you may have some issues depending on where you go because like obviously El Paso, no problems, but like nobody wants to be in El Paso, man.
I have no reason to go to West Tech. There's nothing there. Nothing there.
No.
You don't hear anything fucking fun happening in fucking West Texas.
Yeah.
Everything's happening around it. So like I'm staying in my Texas lane.
Yeah. We had Kid Rock come to the football stadium. Yeah, I bet you fucking did. Cool.
Everyone in Texas already knows that we don't fuck with West Texas. They're on some shit. But everywhere else is cool.
Everywhere else is fine.
Yeah. Like I said, I had more Mexicans be mean to me just because I don't speak perfect Spanish.
Oh God, yeah. Christ. Luckily, like they look at me and they're like, this son of a bitch. Like they immediately are like, of course he's not going to speak Spanish. So they're like, you want red or green salsa? And I'm like, green, sorry. Whatever. I'm sorry for resisting.
Yeah, fucking they get so mad at me, like, because if you don't know, like Texas Spanish is different than like Mexico Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
And they get mad if you don't fucking speak it fast and fluent like they do.
Yeah.
And oh my God, this pissed me off the other day. So I had some truck drivers come through where I work as security. I was working at a main gate where you have to take down information and find out where they're going.
Mm-hmm.
And they were all Mexicans, didn't speak a lick of English. And I was catching some words and I couldn't say what I wanted to say in Spanish.
Mm-hmm.
I was trying to ask him who, like what company he was with or going to so I can call them.
Mm-hmm.
And he just could not get it. And I was like, fuck. I was like, give me your shit. Like all your credentials. And I got that out of him. And then one of the ladies, luckily she was there and she was the escort. And I told her, not for those people, but for an escort for like people that were coming in.
Oh yeah.
And she spoke Spanish, and I knew she did. And I was like, can you translate to them because they're not understanding me? What I want. And she looks at me, this bitch. She looks at me and she's like, "What color is?" She's like, she goes, "What color is your skin? Where were you born?" And I was like, "What the fuck?
What the fuck?"
I was so angry. I was so angry at her, and I was just like, "I'm from Texas." I was like born and raised, and she was just like, "Okay." I was like,
no, okay.
I was like, the audacity. I was angry for like an hour.
Yeah.
Just at her. I was so angry. No one's ever made me so mad more than some Mexicans, because they're just like, "Oh, you don't fucking speak perfect Spanish. You're not a real Mexican."
Yeah. Yeah, they're like, "Oh, what do you mean you don't speak? What, do you not have a grandma? The fuck?"
Dude, yeah, no one's more racist than Mexicans against other Mexicans.
It's true.
And they make me so angry.
Nobody gets it, because like, and they want it to be both ways. They want you to be like, don't be too Mexican, but you have to be Mexican enough. Otherwise, you're white. Why are you so white?
Fuck yeah. My mom and my dad used to say, "Are you white?" Because I have like no Mexican accent, and I used to hang out with y'all guys. They're like, "God, are you a white boy? You don't even like spicy food." I'm like, "Yeah, I don't, but I'm sorry." I'm like, y'all are my parents. Fuck.
Yeah. What do you want? My dad's name is Frito. What the fuck?
Not more Mexican. That's so Mexican. Fucking all Mexicans. They got a nickname. They got a nickname that they picked up just because of some little fucking thing.
Yeah, and it's usually in high school too. That's the other thing. Like, especially if you talk to The thing that really dawned on me is like, so I moved to South Texas when I was 7. And like before that, I didn't know any of my dad's friends or anything from like high school or college or anything. And of course in South Texas, nothing. I knew nothing about my dad. I had no idea where he went to school, why he went to school, none of it. Fucking, as soon as you start talking to anybody in my class, they're like, oh yeah, my dad went to school here too. Yeah, let me tell you, for their senior prank, they picked up a fucking car and they moved it onto the roof and fucking, yeah, this teacher that's still here, yeah, she was their teacher back then. And like, this guy's nickname was Beetle and fucking, we always called him Plug and fucking, you're like, God, and this is like a dude that I know. Like, I see him at like the tire place sometimes or whatever the fuck. You're like, why do I know his origin story? That's crazy.
Because that's just like fucking Texas oversharing. They're real nice and they overshare. And then you get a nickname and you got your backstory. You just roll with it, dude.
Yeah.
Like I don't even think you had a fucking nickname. Not that I've heard.
No.
Anyone call you. But like I've had so many.
Yeah. I remember, so like nicknames started in junior high on the football team. And I was
Always
like,
do.
Yeah, that's how it happens. I was on the football team in 7th grade. I was a manager for 8th grade, which meant I did nothing. And then obviously I was out after that. And so like you get a couple of names that you hear and you're like, oh yeah, like they call him, they call one dude named Joseph. They call him Plug, which is short for spark plug because he's small, but he's explosive. You're like, ah, nice.
Good, yeah.
Yeah, cool nickname. And then a couple years later, you're like, hey, just a quick question. Why are we calling Reenie Cheekies? Just a quick question. Why we call him Cheekies? Is that anything? No. They're like, oh, well, yeah, well, I mean, we call him Cheekies. You know, he's got those big cheeks. And you're like, okay. So then why do we call this guy, why do we call him Sweet Cheeks then? Why do we call, well, we used to call him Sweet Cheeks, and then we started calling him Cheekies, so now we call him Scuba, right? Because he's Ruba Scuba, so. Fucking what?
Yeah. They used to call me Game Day when I played football.
Fucking Game Day?
They called me Game Day because I missed school a lot, but I would always show up on the day that the game was going on. And they're like, I'm like, you never show up for practice. You never show up for school. You only show up on game day. That's who you are, Game Day.
Yeah, fucking Game Day. You're Gus Bus.
I had Game Day. One guy called me Felipe for no reason. I don't know why. I had Felix the cat. Mm-hmm. Everyone. I think I had Philippe, that one guy again, because he shortened it.
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. I got called Mike. Q-tip because I would always fucking puff out my hair in school. And microphone because the black fucking pop filter.
Oh my god.
So I had a couple.
My favorite is also like when you leave for a little bit. Like I went to college and I came back and somebody whose name I had heard of, you casually referred to. You were like, oh yeah, fucking God, you wouldn't believe this guy, fucking Hollywood. And I was like, Hollywood? And you're like, oh, Hollywood. Right. Yeah. He wants everybody to fucking call him Hollywood now. And I was like, what? He started it? He wants himself to... No, fuck that.
Hollywood. He wanted it, but we started calling it as a joke.
Mm-hmm.
We're not, I guess not ironic, but like, how would you put it? He's like, Hollywood. Fucking, fuck. Of course, you had like regulars, like Ignacio was Nacho.
Nacho, of course.
Let's see. I'm trying to remember a few. I know we called. I don't know why we called Chris Bell Squid, but we called him Squid. And I think that's because he would wear his hair in cornrows, and people thought they looked like fucking squid tentacles.
Squid. People are so fucking uncreative. It's so crazy.
Dude, but it's so funny. I mean, we call my cousin Mace Tornado.
That's true, but that's because he turned into a mace tornado that one time. So
he did. It happened.
It happened.
All it takes
people were there. People saw him.
All it takes is for you to be wearing something, or like you to have like your style some way, and then the kids like back then will be like, you look like this, and then everyone's like, yeah, that's fucking so and so.
Yeah, fuck that guy.
That's who you are.
It's just
for
like
4 years.
Something happens whenever you like start, like somebody says something to like dogpile on you and like make fun of you or something, and then everybody's like, yeah, fuck it, that's the name you have forever now.
God, it's so funny. Like I don't think anyone calls me any of the nicknames anymore. They just call me Felix. Besides y'all call me Fee.
Yeah.
I have a couple of nicknames in my friend group, which is different than what they called me in school.
Yeah. I never picked up a nickname because I am too white. That's it. Just too white.
You're just the white guy. Just Colby.
People, I guess somebody would like call me Cheese Boy sometimes because my name is a cheese, but like it's such a mouthful to say and it's not like fast to say, so you can't be like, hey, Cheese Boy. Like that's just not. It doesn't sound good enough. Cheddar. Cheddar would have been better.
You weren't a good guy to get a nickname. You didn't deserve one.
No, I'm out here like, it's Saturday morning. I better go to the school and get on the bus so I could go to UIL.
Like
nobody gives a UIL guy a fucking nickname.
Like I don't know, Mike had a nickname. I don't remember what they called him. Tank. They called.
Yeah, but that was from college.
Oh well, what'd they call him in high school?
Nothing. Called him Mike.
Unfortunate. Called him Mike. Don't want to fuck with him. He's big. He'll fuck you up.
Yeah. The thing is, we had bigger dudes. They all had nicknames. Mike was in drama, so what the fuck you gonna nickname him?
Yeah. He's like, hey, we should call you, and he's just like, what?
What should you call me?
None.
Damn, all right, shit. All right, big man. All right, boss.
Yeah, no, so that was just high school. Like, those classic things. I don't know. That's Texas. I don't know what it's Texas things. You don't hear about it like in fucking current media where you'll see like a high school drama and everyone has a nickname. It's not fucking Holes.
Yeah. It's not Holes. That's true.
But that's how it was in high school for us. I don't know if like if they do it nowadays. Like I think my sister said she knew a few people by their nickname, and I'm like, okay. But like nowadays, a lot of people don't like know me by my middle name because that's just what I went by up until I went to high school, and then I kind of got okay with my first name.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's something happens to kids where they want to. The amount of times that like people have been like, hey, you should start calling me this. There was a guy, like I told you about the dude named Andrew who was like, yeah, my like he was the dude that was like, oh, like I'm about to get like the new PlayStation, and I'm like, a PlayStation 2, and he's like, yeah, it's like a PlayStation 2. PlayStation just came out like 2 years ago, and he's like, yeah, no, I got it from Japan though. Like okay. he was that guy, yeah. And then he was like, yeah, well, like all my welder friends and all my like, I play guitar with a bunch of people. They all call me Slick, so like you should call me Slick. And people started calling him Slick to his credit, yeah. But damn, like when you just lay it out like that, is like, nah.
It's hit or miss. You have to have confidence when you tell people that you want to go by a nickname. You have to have like confidence and say it a lot.
Yeah.
Or else it won't stick because you'd be like, Slick,
fucking what?
I said one time that my name was Fists, and it stuck.
It's stuck.
It stuck, and to this day, some people still call me Fist.
They call me Fists, he says.
I told Aaron Hansen of Game Grump fame
Hmm.
that my name was Fist once.
That's it.
And everyone's like, no, they don't.
To
I'm
be
like,
fair, you came back and you changed your name on Facebook to Felix Fists. So like,
it's still that. It's
it
still
is.
that. I think it used to be Cash at one point because
Hell yeah.
I made the joke. I don't remember. I was with Mike and we were at a bar and I'm like, hey, don't worry, I got this. They call me Felix Cash Camarillo. And I'm like, yeah. He's like, no, they don't. I'm like, yeah, they do.
Yeah, fucking look, it's on Facebook.
It's on Facebook. Yeah, that's how you knew it was real.
Yeah.
Nickname Cash. I don't. Do they still do nicknames on Facebook? I feel like I was grandfathered in.
Man, I don't know. Who knows? Facebook's for old people.
I get on Facebook and I scroll and I just get sad because it's just a bunch of slop, bunch of AI slop, a bunch of fucking content farms, and it's so stupid.
God, it's terrible.
It's hard too on TikTok. It's turned into the same thing. My mom, she watches a bunch of, well, to be fair, it's not just like AI fucking slop watch anything. She watches actual people on TikTok. But she's gotten into like this, you know how they have TikTok shops and shit. She's gotten into like, oh, well, they're selling this, I should buy it. Dude, she's getting packages all the fucking time from TikTok. I got it from TikTok. And I'm like, okay, mom, it's your money.
Yeah, you do what makes you happy. Go for it.
To her, for her, she uses them to her
Credit.
Couldn't remember the word. She does use everything she buys, so it doesn't go to waste.
Well, listen, we are at the end of our show. Next time we're gonna end up talking about the Tesla event, which was a fucking wild thing.
Just ran out of time. Sorry.
Just ran out of time. Love Texas.
Love it.
You can, if you're listening to this live, congratulations, you're already here. You can watch us live on twitch.tv/GoGetUsPod. If you hit the follow button, we'll end up giving you a notification anytime that we go live, and we go live anytime between 0 and 2 times a week. Fee has just disappeared. He's gone forever. If you want to catch the replay, we actually have the audio of this in a better version that's up on every podcatcher. So Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, all of them, you'll have that. You can, oh God, there he is. It's Ace. It's the donut man himself. Yeah. You can also take a look at the replay of this stream on YouTube at youtube.com/@GoGetUsPodcast. If you don't want to catch that comes out at noon every podcast release day, which is on every Wednesday, except for today. I think it's going to go up today, which is Thursday. No, it is Wednesday. Yeah, it'll go up today. Anyway, and you can also take a look at our TikTok and our Instagram Reels or our YouTube Shorts. We put out shorts all the time, and they all kick ass. So
yeah, you should watch the YouTube now because we're hitting it live. You get to watch me wear this hat. Yeah,
look at this hat. It's so good.
Well, I mean, it would be good if my ponytail wasn't so fucking high.
It's a good thing that hat was in this restaurant. This Whataburger had that hat.
Oh no! I bought it from the guy outside.
Oh,
outside on the surface of the moon.
Yeah. Oh, that guy. Yeah.
He's editor
over there.
Guy with cosplay hats.
Yeah, he's out there. I can see. Hey, he flipped me off. What the fuck?
Fucking space Mexican. Take your fucking space nut on Huz and get out. Sorry.
Tell them what they could do, Fee.
Here's what I want you to do. If you live in Texas, great. You're already done. If you don't live in Texas, fucking come to Texas. Go to San Antonio. Remember the Alamo. Go eat what I don't remember what it's called. That place that sells a big fucking chicken fried steak.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Eat Whataburger.
Yeah.
Just fucking live it up in San Antonio because that's really a fucking great place. They have tons of great Mexican food. Whataburger, they have a lot of like fun stuff, especially for Halloween.
Mm-hmm.
Halloween, they have a big event there. You should go. And that's coming up. And then, go back to your own state and set it on fire because it's not as good as Texas. Remember, go get them.
Go get them. Fucking, this is the Texas Tourism Board. We're gonna send you a bill, Texas Tourism Board. This is premium, okay? This man knows what he's doing. All right.
I know what I'm doing. Listen. I guess I am a Texas stan. But I love it so much. We have the culture, baby. We have the people, for the most part. Don't go to West Texas.
We have the food. It's the thing I miss most about Texas is the fucking food. I live in the burbs and the food here sucks.
You talk about like going to fucking different countries and trying the food. Come to Texas. It's a different country.
Oh yeah.
They have all sorts of fucking food. Listen, it wouldn't be a go get 'em without fucking violence. So that's why I said set every other state on fire, because Texas is number one. It'll always be number one. I don't care where you're from. Put in the comments down below where you're from, and I'll tell you suck.
Yeah, listen, everybody get in the comments. If this is a YouTube video, get in the comments. We'll tell you your home, where it is, sucks ass.
Yeah, tell me.
Even if it's West Texas. Even if it's Texas, but it's West Texas,
no. Tell me a food from where you live down in the comment section, and tell me why you think it's better than anything in Texas, and I'll tell you you're wrong. Yeah,
come at us with your Cincinnati spaghetti, idiots.
Oh, fuck. I still remember that stupid-ass spaghetti. Later.